Hello, welcome to Rewrite Your Reality with Reese. I am your host, and today I'm going to talk about interfering and interference with your desired reality. Interference, and InterFearlessness do not actually exist. Right? We create that experience, and today I'm going to break it down exactly why we do that. And I'm going to use a bit of a compass metaphor as well. I think it's quite good. But why do you feel torn between acting, waiting, and proving your desired reality? Where does faith come into all of this? Because sometimes we wonder, well, I don't want to do any of that. How do I increase my faith? Right? How do I collapse everything into faith? I don't want to be fearful. I don't want to be fearless. I don't want to care about any of that. The only thing I want to do is actually know I am who I desire to be. And here's the thing. When you imagine your desired end, right, and then you come back into your body, you've actually been there. You have now already been to your desired end. You've chosen it. You've embodied it, and you've come back into this next moment of your three-dimensional world as that physical identity to receive your physical self as the physical self. Right? This is just a metaphor, and walk toward that me that you have now chosen. So let's go through this idea like line by line, right? Interference, firstly. This is when you think something outside of you is blocking your desire. Not true, can't be true, doesn't even exist. Maybe it's not the right timing. Maybe the universe is testing me. Maybe I am not aligned. All of that is a story. The belief that you need to remove something out there before you can move in and imagine what you would like, declare I am that, and move in the knowing that I am that now. Because you've made the choice. Because you're making the choice is the evidence. There's no outside interference. There is only where you are placing your awareness, right? Interference. It's a small play on words. Fear pretending to be logic or strategy. What if I don't act now and I miss my chance? What if I'm not enough yet? It sounds reasonable because you have this, what you call three-dimensional evidence of things, but they are basically evidence of experiences existing because reality only affirms its own existence, right? I said that in the previous video where three-dimensional senses only affirm existence. Nothing denies anything. So it's still fear as an experience playing dress up as logic. Right? It's not logical. It's just you acting out of fear. Yeah, if you create fear, you're going to act out of it. That's logical. Right? You don't need to justify desire with reasons, qualifications, or even timelines. InterFearlessness. This is when you feel the pressure to do something big and prove it in faith. Give some big gesture. Something massive. Something I believe in you, Father. I have to take action or I will look weak. I have to show that I am chosen. It's the opposite polarity of fear, right? We exist in polarity, left, right. They're just poles of each other, right? Spectrum. That's why it's good and bad, up and down. The context of a story can exist because of polarity, right? That's all it is. So if you're experiencing the opposite of your desire, it's this polarity of who you are being. So it's still fear, though, in another way. That overcompensation is still a reaction. You don't have to prove embodiment through impulsive action. Now, what to do about all this? More play on words. Yeah, I thought about this now. InterFaithfulness, right? The move in, the move on process. Move in. When desires arise, move inward, in perception, feeling it fully, letting it be exactly what it is. You don't have to shape it into something more spiritual or acceptable. Like, oh, I desire this person, now I'm going to make it all holy. I have to imagine a prayer of us getting married or something like that. Right? No, that's ridiculous. The desire is what it is. Feel it completely. No matter what it is, guilt-free, shame-free, whatever freely, imagine it. Know that you've already accepted this as the creator, having created it. You are the creator. And the version of them that you are imagining or not imagining is a different version of them entirely. Right? It's a different version of you experiencing a different version of them as the same consciousness experiencing itself as reality. So it's not about telling a story about how you have to get that person's number and make this true now. It's not deciding you have to qualify for it. Right? You feel attraction. longing, a clear vision of yourself in a certain scenario. Instead of I have to figure out how to make this happen, you simply say, I feel this in my body. I feel myself winning this award, right? I feel it in my body. I feel myself holding it. Allow it to be there without interference, InterFearlessness, but in InterFaithfulness. And by moving inward and knowing that this is just that and I allow it. And you move on. I don't mean move on from it. I mean move on as that reality, the version of yourself that it's all true for. You don't sit there looping, how do I do this, do what I just felt or whatever. You move on as the reality where you are already that identity that it's all true for and all unfolding perfectly. Let life flow through you. Nothing is lost. You don't get to lose anything. Some things just don't interest you. It's basically just a desire, and then you try to figure out how to do anything about that, but you don't really care about the other stuff anyway, right? You didn't do it to get it. You didn't think about it beforehand. You did it because you felt powerful enough you felt the powerfulness of your own self coming up, and you allowed it. This is not avoidance or passivity. This is a action, and the reaction is the experiencing of it, right? It's self-recognition. And this is like a feeling that you can think about. You weren't trying to get it. Don't try to get it. You just felt something powerful that popped up in the moment, and what you were feeling was you. The version of you that was feeling that. The version of you that created that entire experience for yourself to experience. So I have a compass metaphor and a bit of a quote as well. I am going in the direction I choose to go. I am the center of the compass pointing to myself. I am knowing that I have already been there and I've come to receive myself to me. Very reminiscent of a Bible verse, I know that. But I happened to just say it. So that's amazing. I love that. I wanted to share it. So what's it mean? I am going in the direction I choose to go. You are the chooser, the decider, the source of everything. You are choosing where to go because it's all you. You've already been there. It's not about checking time. It's about claiming that it already exists. You aren't looking for the North Star. You aren't looking for the direction. You are the star. You are the direction. You are the center in which every possibility comes forth, right? I am the center of a compass pointing to myself. I am knowing that I've already been there. You've already walked this path in the field of infinite reality. You've created it. You are the creator. You are just unaware of it. You're not recreating it. You are remembering the entirety of the creation of it. Right? From the very moment of creation, you are remembering creating it and experiencing it and being it and letting it go. That's what you did as a creator. Exactly what you did. Right? And you've already been there by imagining your desired end. From here, you went to your desired end. Right? That's you. You went to your desired end. You became that identity. You came back and you received yourself. I've come back to receive myself. Right? To me that you were now, and you walk toward it in that direction. Because you say, but which direction? It doesn't matter. When you're walking as an identity, the direction is you as the identity. You see, the 3D physical world doesn't work, the metaphysical world doesn't work in direction. It works in beingness, because its direction is dimensionally different than the 3D world direction. The 3D world direction is left, right, up, down. Metaphysical direction is everywhere is everything at the same time. So you don't necessarily go somewhere to get to, right? I'll actually explain this now. It's a bit difficult, but I'll give it a shot. Okay, this is a little bit of physics to explain this because it's difficult to. I can say it very simple, right? It's everything is in superposition. Now, what that means, and I'll give you like a very simple explanation to it. Say you have a torchlight, right? This is veering off the video here, but I just want to explain this. You have a torchlight, and you shine the torch on the floor. You see the light there, right? You take another torch of a different color. You shine that light onto the white light that you just made. Take another color, a third torch, shine it on the same place. You keep shining light onto the same place. Every light exists on that spot. Every light is unique. Every light can be broken down. Every light is still merging with each other in our perception so we can make sense of it. Every light is one of your desired realities, existing as a whole idea. That's how reality works. It's not next to each other where you gotta go this way to the blue one, that way to the red one, this way to the green one. No, they all exist here. And the only way you can get to the green one is to be the green one. The only way you can get to the blue light is to be the blue light. The only way you can get to the red light is to be the red light. And the only way you can be the light of all of them is to be the white light, allowing all of them. Cool, eh? So a little bit of physics there. That's what superposition means. Something existing in the same plane of existence, same dimension of existence, without actually interfering with any other part of it, because it's all whole, all unique. That's why interference doesn't actually make sense. That's why InterFearlessness, to make one more existing, doesn't make sense. That's why interference by fearing one of them doesn't exist also doesn't make sense, because they all exist together. So your compass is more being than direction, because being in metaphysics is actually the direction. I hope that makes sense. Back to what I was saying. So the clean choice is the end of bargaining with desire. You no longer need to explain it. You no longer need to earn it. You no longer need to work for it. You no longer need to rush it. You no longer need to prove it. You only need to allow it, feel it, say yes, let it unfold, keep your hands off the wheel. And here's the thing, just going back to the light idea. When you imagine yourself, I am the green light, you are. And the green light's becoming more and more prominent in your three-dimensional world. That's all. Doesn't keep the other lights from shining. Closing recap. Whenever you feel that pull to do something out of fear, or avoid doing something out of fear, move in, feel it purely, even the fear stuff. Feel it. Just feel what you want to do and feel what you want to don't do. Feel it. Move on. Keep being you. Make a choice again. I am that version that I choose. I allow the fearful one. I allow the interfering one. I allow the doubtful one. I allow all of it, because I'm moving in interfaithfulness. Move on as the version of yourself that has everything, that is all light, that is white light, because white light has all lights in it. Right? Don't try and be green light by dumping the rest of them. Make green light your only reality by knowing you are white light and green is within it. So remember your destination. Remember that you are in that end. Interference, InterFearlessness, see them as nothing more than alternative stories, costumes that you can wear. I am. You have already been there, and you've come back to receive yourself to me. And finally again, I am going in the direction I choose to go. I am the center of the compass pointing to myself. And I am knowing that I've already been there and I've come back to receive myself to me. That's who you are. Right? You've gone to your end, you come back to this body, and you are running back to that desired end as an experience of reality. You don't have to do anything. It's already done. Enjoy. That being said, this is Rewrite Reality with Elise. I am yours truly. Thank you for the liking, sharing, subscribing, following, commenting, and generally just being here. Much love, truly. See it pick up every day. It's quite fun. Facebook group available if you want to drop in and ask questions there, leave comments there. Maybe you have insight that you want to share. Feel free. There's a TikTok page available as well where you can do the same thing and check other forms of content. If you want to get a hold of me, my email address is in the description box below. That being said, much love, much light, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.